I'm the author of a popular food blog and cookbook series, and I was recently asked to write an article for a magazine about the global culinary traditions that I had found most interesting during my travels. For example, in Ukraine, when making traditional loaves, the women would braid the dough to make it last longer because historically they were paid by weight for the bread they sold. During my travels around Asia, I tried many different types of dumplings, from the juicy and succulent pot stickers of China to the flavorful and chewy moas of Nepal. I learned that no matter where I went, dumplings always brought people together. One of the most transformative travel experiences I had was when I visited India for the first time. The farmer, Antonio, showed me his fields of tomatoes and explained how he grows heirloom varieties that are full of flavor. Whether you're sharing a meal with friends and family or trying new foods with your travel companions, food creates a sense of community and belonging. It's a celebration of culture, history, and the natural world around us. As a food lover, I'm constantly learning and evolving. I believe that food has the power to change the world, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share that passion with others. Thank you for joining me on this journey of culinary discovery. It allows us to connect with others on a deeper level and learn about their cultures and traditions. For example, when I traveled to Mexico, I joined a cooking class and learned how to make tamales from a local chef. Not only did I learn how to cook an authentic Mexican dish, but I also got to know the other people in the class and hear their stories. I also learned about the history and cultural significance of tamales. The same thing happened when I went to Japan and took a sushi making class. The chef was patient and helpful, and everyone in the class was eager to learn. By the end of the class, we had made several types of sushi and sashimi, and everyone was excited to try each other's creations. Food has the power to break down barriers and create connections that might not have happened otherwise. It allows us to celebrate our similarities and appreciate our differences. I've made a conscious effort to use food to bring people together in my own life. I love hosting dinner parties and trying new recipes with my friends. It's a great way to bond and create memories. I also try to support local businesses and farmers markets because I believe in the power of community. By buying local, I am able to connect with the people who grow and produce my food and learn about their stories. He also told me about the challenges he faces, such as changing weather patterns and finding enough workers to harvest his crops. Through his stories, I learned that the food I eat is more than just a collection of nutrients. It's the result of hard work, dedication, and a deep connection to the land. This experience inspired me to learn more about the origins of the ingredients I use. I started reading food history books and talking to farmers and producers at local markets. I even started keeping a food journal where I record the stories behind the ingredients I use. Now, when I cook, I feel a deep sense of gratitude for the people who grow, produce, and prepare the food I eat. I am reminded that every bite is the result of a journey that began long before I set foot in the kitchen. I was immediately struck by the incredible array of spices and aromas that filled the markets and streets. Everywhere I went, I saw piles of brightly colored spices, from the bright yellow of turmeric to the deep red of paprika and the earthy green of cardamom. I could not help but feel a sense of wonder and excitement. As I explored the world of Indian cuisine, I learned that spices are more than just a way to add flavor to food. They're an integral part of Indian culture, history, and medicine. For example, turmeric is not just a spice. It's a natural dye that's been used for centuries to color fabrics and food. And cardamom is not just a flavor booster. It's also believed to have anti-inflammatory properties. I was amazed by the different ways that spices can be used to create complex and nuanced flavors in dishes. I learned that it's all about balance. The right combination of spices can make a dish truly unforgettable. I've incorporated more spices into my own cooking since my trip to India. I love experimenting with different spice blends to create new and exciting flavors. I even started growing my own herbs, such as mint and basil, to add freshness to my dishes. They're a staple at family gatherings, festivals, and even funerals. And I got to witness this firsthand when I attended a traditional Korean dinner with my friend S family. We ate kimchi jjigae, which is a spicy stew usually filled with cabbage leaves, tofu, green onion, and kimchi. But the main attraction was mandu, boiled and pan-fried dumplings filled with pork belly and cabbage leaves. As we ate, the family shared stories and laughed, and I felt like I was part of their tradition. Dumplings have a special place in my heart and stomach. They remind me of the power of food to bring people together. That's why I love to make them at home. It's not just a way to satisfy my cravings for comfort food, it's a way to share a piece of different cultures with my friends and family. The tighter the braid, the less surface area there was for moisture to escape, thus keeping the bread fresh for longer. My fascination with rice began when I traveled to Thailand and discovered the amazing versatility of this grain. From the fluffy and flavorful jasmine rice that accompanied every meal to the coconut rice that was served with Thai curries, I realized that rice is more than just a starch, it's a canvas for flavor. I learned that the type of rice you use can make a big difference in the final dish. For example, in Japan, sushi rice is short grain and high in starch, which gives it the perfect stickiness for making sushi. In contrast, in Korea, they prefer long grain rice, which stays fluffy and separate after cooking, making it ideal for bibimbap. I even learned that the way you cook rice can affect its nutritional profile. For example, in some parts of Asia, brown rice is preferred because it has more fiber and nutrients than white rice. But the key to cooking brown rice properly is to soak it overnight, and then cook it slowly over low heat. This helps to prevent it from becoming mushy and ensures that it cooks evenly. I've incorporated rice into my own cooking in many different ways. I love using different types of rice to add variety to my meals. For example, I use sticky rice to make dessert sushi, and I use brown rice to make salads and stir-fries. I've even tried my hand at making sushi in onigiri, which is a Japanese rice ball. In contrast, in Poland, the men would often roll the dough into a circular shape because they were paid by piece rather than by weight. You can also find this difference in the way the breads are referred to. In Ukrainian, the word for bread, mor, is actually a term of endearment, meaning my love. This is how much importance they placed on bread. Even today it remains one of the staples of the traditional Ukrainian diet. In Armenia, lavash or flatbread is considered so important that it's even included in the national anthem. Lavash is not just a food, it's a symbol of Armenian culture. So here are the ones that made the cut. It was bland, salty, comforting, and easy to digest. But when I moved to Europe, I discovered a whole new world of flavors and textures in soups. In France, onion soup was rich, deeply caramelized and topped with a crusty bread and melted cheese. It was a symphony of sweet, savory, and cheesy goodness. Italian minestrone was brimming with fresh vegetables and herbs, each adding its own unique taste and texture to the broth. Then there was German potato soup, creamy, chunky, and perfectly seasoned with mustard and bacon bits. It was hearty and satisfying, like a warm hug on a cold day. These experiences made me realize that soup is more than just a food. It's a cultural experience. Each bowl is like a little window into the soul of a nation. That's why I now try to incorporate more soups into my own cooking. It's not just a way to use up leftovers or stretch a meal. It's a way to explore new flavors and connect with different cultures. Number 1. Bread is life. In 2013, I traveled through Eastern Europe and was struck by the different ways that bread could be used to express tradition and identity. Number 2. Soup is therapy. Growing up in North America, soup was something that we were served when we were sick. Number 3. Dumplings are the ultimate comfort food. No, for rice is the ultimate side dish. Number 5. Spice is life. Number 6. Every ingredient has a story. When I traveled to visit a farm in Italy, I learned that every ingredient has a story to tell. Number 7. Food brings people together. One of the most rewarding parts of being a food lover is the way that food has the power to bring people together. Food is more than just sustenance. It's a way to experience the world and connect with people.